Hello everyone, and today we're going to discuss why Riddell from Fire Emblem 4 is the best written character in all of Fire Emblem. Now, I know what you're saying. Didn't you say that Kain the Quiet Revolutionary was the best character in Fire Emblem? And no, I didn't. Shut up, you're wrong. Anyway, so I think Riddell truly shows the true potential of Shozo Kaga's literary and writing genius, so let's get into it. Now, Riddell shares a portrait with a bunch of these guys, so we're just gonna clarify right off the bat that I gotta get a bigger brush. Hold on, this tiny red shit ain't doing shit. Alright. We gotta clarify that he's the one who's purple, okay? This is Riddell. But him having the same portrait as a bunch of other guys will come in to mention later, okay? So just bear with me. So we start off, his first line in the game. General Riddell, we've got orders for you from Queen Hilda. She wants to move out at once. Excellent. It's high time that we had work which better befits knights. Now, you can see this guy very clearly cares about his job. He wants work that befits knights. And he's also enthusiastic about his job since he says, excellent. So, what can we gather from Riddell in his first few lines of dialogue? Well, he is very enthusiastic about being a knight, and it's high time that we had work that befits knights, but he wants good work, you know. He wants to fight worthy foes. He doesn't just want to fight anyone. So he's very prideful about his job. And he says this, I am absolutely fed up with hunting children. I swear, if I have to hunt even one more child. Now, there are two things we need to focus on here. Fed up, and if I have to hunt even one more child. Now, this is not the typical reaction one would have to hunting children. Now, most people would be like, oh my gosh, I'm not hunting a kid. Oh my gosh, no, panic saying no, they would never do something like that. But Riddell has a bored reaction. He's fed up with it. He's like, oh, if I have to hunt even one more child. This is because Riddell is actually a commentary on today's media landscape and society in general. Shozo Kaga had the foresight for this, okay, where we hear about a tragedy, and eventually we hear about so many tragedides on Twitter and the news, and eventually we just get bored of it. We get desensitized, You hear about... I'm gonna try to keep it vague so my YouTube channel doesn't get smitten or smited by Lord Catherine, but bear with me here. You have the violent acts happening all across America. You have the Chinese government, pretty much everything they do in general. Gotta keep this one extra vague. You have those two countries east of America that haven't been getting along for quite a long time. You probably know what I'm talking about if you watched the news recently. And what people will do is they'll change their hashtags for every few days, change their bios, be like, oh, thoughts and prayers. But then like a day later, they won't care. And there's so many tragedies that people eventually get desensitized. Now, this once honorable man, or still honorable, as we'll see later, you can see he's pretty much a stand-up guy later. But you can see that he is desensitized. He doesn't care. So this just shows Okaga commentating on our media cycle now, and us in general, and how little we care about others anymore. And oh, for the love of... And as you can see, that's just him being more fed up with what this guy's saying. He's not shocked. He's just bored, which is a common reaction to people desensitized by today's times. And now here, do I smell a filthy traitor in the trust of His Imperial Majesty Emperor Arvis? No, sir, I could never consider betraying His Majesty. Never consider betraying His Majesty. So he's a very loyal man. He has all the traits of a good man. He's enthusiastic about his job. He wants good work. He would never consider betraying his boss. Loyalty, and all of that. These are very good traits. And as we can see here, at his heart, he's still a good man. He orders his men to move out to hunt the children, but at a leisurely pace. He's giving them a chance to escape, to get away. He doesn't want the children caught up in this, but he's still doing his job. Now, again, this is all going to tie in to the theory of Riddell later. And when he actually meets Seliph, or the rebels in general, he says, thank you, rebels. He thanks them. It's been far too long since he's had an honest battle. Now, this is, again, very telling of his character. Very honorable, very nice guy. He's just he just has a bad job. And then, in his last lines, "Ugh, so this is how the gods will my fate." In the end, he doesn't complain, he doesn't whine, he just accepts what life throws at him. Which, again, the board statement and him eventually fulfilling the order. Now, we'll analyze his stats later and what they could mean. But, so, what does Riddell being the same as everyone else mean? Well, again, this is Shozo Kaga's, once again, his brilliant commentary on our modern society. Look at all these guys. They look exactly the same as Riddell. But when we go to our office jobs during the day, don't we all just feel like cogs in the machine? Don't we all just feel like any other guy? Riddell is us, and we are Riddell. He likes his job, but hates parts of it. Much like how many people start out passionate for an industry, but then eventually grow bored of it. And that really is a deep commentary on our society. It symbolizes something. We are all Riddell, and Riddell is us. But Riddell, I ran out of shit to say, so I'm gonna cut back to when I have more things to say. And the reason Riddell's story resonates with us players so much is because he's a real man. He's a cog in the machine. He likes his job, but doesn't like certain parts of it. He's grown tired of it. He gives children chances. He's desensitized to the media. The reason that Riddell is the best character in the game, and in Fire Emblem, is because most other Fire Emblem characters are fake as shit. I mean, look at Lord Aselif in this game. He just goes across an entire continent. He's pretty much a superhuman. He's like, oh, maybe the Lopters weren't good guys. You know, you got guys raining meteors down. You got frickin' Lex soloing the whole game. You got Arden. Arden is a comic relief character. Comic relief characters don't exist in real life, folks. You will never meet anyone who even closely resembles Arden in your day-to-day life. But you could see someone like Riddell here, in life, living the day-to-day, accepting his fate. And his stats, as we can see, he's a very good leader. He has 4 authority stars, and he's pretty well off. He has some gold. That's enough to repair a few weapons. Now, and he also has a power ring. A ring? Who'd he get it from? Who can say? But he's also a brave sword, because Riddell is a brave man. Because he's a knight. To be a knight, you have to sign up to be brave, unlike Kemp. Kemp was promoted because of his bloodline and stuff. You know, oh, he's a knight of Frigé, blah blah blah, America. No, this dude is just another dude in the cog. If he became a general, if he became a military leader on his own merit, he is a brave man. And I believe him eventually just resigning to his fate, even though he's a good leader, is because eventually the system tears us down. So many people go to their jobs every day like Riddell does, and they get torn down. They get, you know, badly treated by their boss. They get minimal pay. I mean, 3,000 gold is some, but clearly they're not paying him very well because brave swords are expensive to repair, and he could not maintain that with only 3,000 gold. And he's a very strong man too, but in the end he's defeated because he gets worn down. He doesn't care about this job as much as he used to. He's fed up. So, in summary, Riddell is an American hero, or a modern society hero in general, since, you know, they're pretty similar countries like Canada. He's just a man trying to do his job, trying to live in the system, trying to work for powers he can't control, because he is under control of systems like Queen Hilda and the Lopter Church, much like we, for 4 years, were under the control, well, I wouldn't say many, well, I'm not going to get too deep into it, but many countries around the world are under control of leaders that maybe don't have their best interest in hearts. Again, the Chinese government comes to mind. So Riddell truly is the most relatable character, a well-written character. He symbolizes a lot about society, and, you know, that's just it. Riddell is the best written character in all of Fire Emblem. And next time we'll be discussing how the tree from Fire Emblem Fates is the best written character in Fire Emblem. So remember to subscribe if you like what you see. God bless Shozo Kaga, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.